Hi everyone, this is Samuel from Zoom. Thank you for being here for Believe in Music Week and for checking out our session here where we're going to be talking about cameras from Zoom. Now, Zoom has been making cameras for many years and the philosophy has always been the same. These are cameras for musicians, which means first and foremost, they need to have incredible audio. And so I'm going to show you the two cameras that we currently have available, the Q2N 4K and the Q8, and which one might be right for you. So we're going to start by taking a look at the Q8. The Q8 is a fairly robust camera setup with two microphones on top and two XLR TRS inputs in the back. Now you can plug any microphone or line level source into these two inputs. They can provide phantom power, and you can use those two inputs plus the microphones on top at the same time. So you can actually get 4 channels of audio going with the Q8. If I open up our screen here, we'll see that that's rotatable. So if I'm shooting a video of myself, I'm going to be able to use that so I can view what the camera is going to be capturing. On the screen is also going to be my audio meters I can use, and on the side we have how to arm and disarm our various audio inputs, as well as our volume adjustments for the two inputs in the back. So audio-wise, these microphones are great for capturing really any kind of music, whether it is a live performance, whether it's just an acoustic guitar playing, really anything in between. The two inputs on the back you could use with any microphones, or you could use them to take a feed from a soundboard, combine that with the video, and you've got a really incredible performance capture of both your audio and video on the same device with that audio and video already synced up, so you don't have to do it in post-production. Now you do have some options to expand your audio capabilities, and that is because the Q8 features a capsule connection that allows you to remove the microphones, which the included ones are a pair of XY stereo microphones, and you could use some of the capsules that Zoom has, such as the SG-V6 capsule, which gives you a shotgun microphone, which is great for picking up dialogue. So if you're doing any sort of interview or you need to isolate a particular sound, the shotgun microphone is going to be what you want to use. It is very directional and cancels a lot of sound coming from the sides. Now the Q8 records to an SD card that you put in the bottom, up to 128 gigabytes. And on the side, we'll open up to see our rechargeable battery. We do have extra batteries available. You can charge it using the USB port in the back of the unit, or you can just power the Q8 by this USB port. You can do that from an AC adapter, or you can even use a USB battery pack to power the Q8. On the back, we'll also notice our headphone output if we need to monitor the audio coming out, and an HDMI output. So that's a video output that you could hook up to a TV as an extra monitor when you're recording video. The Q8 records up to 2.3K video. Now the biggest advantage of this is it allows you to reframe a video if you needed to in 1080p without losing any sort of quality. The lens on the Q8 is very wide, 160 degrees, which means you'll be able to get right up close to a stage and capture the entire thing. Or if you're recording yourself playing guitar in your bedroom, something like this, you usually want the microphones within a few feet of you for best quality, and you need that wide camera angle to allow you to place the camera where you want it to be and get the video you're looking for. So that is the Q8 camera. Now we'll take a look at the Q2N 4K, which is a little brother but has a lot of power built in for itself. So the Q2N 4K is a 4K camera, so this can do a higher quality up to 4K. On the back of the unit, we'll see our viewing screen, and all of the main settings that we'll ever want to use are going to be back here. Our video settings adjustment, our scene adjustment, and scene is a function on both of these cameras. The scenes are lighting presets. So there's concert low light, there's jazz club, dance club, these different settings that help optimize the image sensor to best capture an environment. Using the concert low light setting with both of these cameras unlocks really fantastic live show capture that's not possible with a lot of cameras. Then we have a low cut filter. Low cut is used to reduce low frequency rumble that's present in really any location. Our audio quality, as well as an auto gain setting. An auto gain can be used if you don't want to have to adjust the gain dial on the side. Now, the Q2N 4K has a 150 degree lens, so slightly less wide as the Q8, but still very wide, so you can get it right up close to the action and still get the whole picture you're looking for. Both of these cameras have a field of view adjustment, which allows you to bring it from that super wide video down to a more narrow image. Continuing to go around the Q2N 4K, we have our headphone output as well as an external input that is a mic line input stereo, so you could plug in a lavalier microphone into there. You could take a feed from a soundboard, whatever you want to use it for. On the other side, we have our USB port and our HDMI. So the USB port again could be used for power or data transfer to your computer, as well as webcam mode, which we'll talk about in a second. And our HDMI output again can go out to a TV, any monitor we want to use. On the bottom is where we'll find our AA battery compartment, as well as our micro SD card slot. And this camera can accept up to 512 gigabyte cards, so you can capture a ton of video before filling up. Now, both of these cameras can be used as webcams, and especially recently, a lot more people have been using them as webcams because we're connecting more virtually, and we still need great audio when we are connecting virtually. So the Q8 and the Q2N 4K can both be hooked up, taking a USB cable right into the back, right into our computer, and then you power it on, put it in webcam mode, and you're good to go. Now, the Q8 does need an audio driver installed, but the Q2N 4K, there is no driver required. Plug in USB, put it into webcam mode, open up any video capture software or Zoom, Google, Microsoft Teams, whatever program you use to connect with other people, and it will see the Q2N 4K as a video and an audio device and select it for both to get the full benefits of the audio and video capture. The Q8 can do webcam in 720. And the Q2N 4K, we actually recently released an update to allow you to do 1080p webcam mode when using the Q2N 4K. Both of these cameras have a standard 1/4-20 threading on the bottom. That's your standard camera tripod mount, so you can use any tripod, whether it's tabletop or a floor standing tripod to mount it on. We also have some additional accessories available to help you mount these wherever you want to, if you're on the stage or at home. So those are the cameras available from Zoom. If you have any questions, please send them in on the chat. I've got a couple already that I'm going to answer. If you want yours answered too, send it on in. So let's start with our first question. How do these video recorders sound recording a full band? Well, these cameras are built for that. The microphones are built to capture a high SPL so they can be put into a rehearsal room or in a live situation, and you're going to be able to capture that audio without any sort of clipping. Does it have different field of views? Yes, that's that field of view adjustment I talked about, which will bring you from the widest setting to a more narrow setting. Is there any way to control the Q2N 4K from a remote or phone? No, there is not. You can only hit record on the unit itself. There's no wireless control for either of these cameras. Are there any other lens options besides the default one? No. You have the lens on here, and they are not removable or interchangeable. What is that hood on the Q8? This is This is a lens hood that's used, comes in the box with the Q8. There's actually also a lens hood that comes in the box for the Q2 and 4K. And these lens hoods are used usually in indoor environments. When you have some lighting, it can cause what's called lens flare. So if you ever see kind of a rainbow in your video, that's usually from some sort of lighting in the room hitting the lens in a certain way. And the lens hood that comes in the box for both of these will cut that completely and fix that problem for you. And one more question coming in. What is the estimated battery life for the Q8? So on the rechargeable battery, it does depend on the video and audio quality settings you have, but you can get up to 2.5 hours on that rechargeable battery. But again, if you need an extended battery life, you can use a USB battery or plug it into the wall. Well, it looks like that is all the questions we had now. We'll be answering questions in the chat for a few more minutes if I missed anything. But thank you very much for tuning in and for joining us for Believe in Music Week. And good luck and enjoy creating.